Last week saw the release of id Software's post-apocalyptic shooter Rage 2. With the game having a large open world to explore, it's no surprise that we can find some Easter eggs tucked away. In today's video, I attempt to cover all of the Easter eggs, secrets and references in Rage 2. And one of these Easter eggs is probably going to be a contender for the best Easter egg of 2019. Now of course I'm not perfect, so there is a chance that I may have missed an Easter egg or a secret, and if you think I have, the best place to let me know is on Twitter or Instagram. The links to both will be in the description and in my pinned comment. Finally, if you are a fan of Easter eggs and secrets in video games, then perhaps consider subscribing, as that's what this channel is all about. Anyway, without further delay, let's get started. So first up, let's take a look at a couple of callbacks to characters from the original Rage. The most obvious is Mayor Lusum Hagar. Players of the original Rage will remember that Hagar was one of the first NPCs you encountered in the game, teaching you how to use the wing stick. Inside Lusum's office, you can also find a picture of Lusum's dad, Dan Hagar, on a wall. Dan was the very first character you met in the first game. The last reference in Lusum's office is this picture. So this is a picture of Halleck Hagar, a trader at the Oasis settlement. Speaking of the Oasis settlement, before entering the elevator to Lusum's office, you can find this picture. This is a picture of Ray's Oasis, again the first location you visit in Rage 1. Oh, and I'm not sure if this is a reference or not, but if any of you have played Final Fight or most recently Marvel vs Capcom Infinite, you will be aware of a character called Mike Hagar. Mike Hagar was a former professional wrestler who had gone to become the mayor of the fictional Metro City. Do you see where I'm going with this? That would make Mike Hagar, Mayor Hagar, the same name that Lusum goes by in Rage 2. It could just be a coincidence, but I thought it was worth mentioning. Let me know what you guys think. Sticking with references to other id Software games now, this time it's a reference to the Doom franchise. Anyone who has ever played the Doom games will testify the insane power of the BFG 9000. The BFG, which officially stands for Big Gun, as described in Tom Hall's original Doom design document, is a gun that deals massive damage after a short charging period. If you bought the deluxe edition and link your account to Bethesda.net, the BFG will fall from the sky in a meteor. For me, it fell at this location on the map. The BFG can wipe out most early game bosses in one shot and make short work of groups of standard enemies. Moving on from references to other id Software games then to an actual id Software employee. In Wellspring you can find this guy. So this strange character, who is sitting on the toilet while stroking a rat, is called Wimothy Tillits. This is a reference to Tim Willits, the studio director at id Software. On to something that seems to have backfired on id Software now. In Wellspring you can find this guy.
Hi. Hey there.
So unlike the other characters in the game, this guy seems to have a Twitter handle as his name. If you type this username into Twitter, you can find the character's Twitter page. There's nothing strange about that, of course. It could be an account run by id or Bethesda and used to market the game. Well, it turns out that this page isn't ran by an employee of either company. In a tweet posted the day the game launched, the person behind the account says, "Pro tip. If you name your character in a game an @name, maybe you should register that on Twitter so some chode like me doesn't do it for you." I mean, this wouldn't be that bad I suppose if the person enjoyed the game, but judging from a couple of other tweets on the account, that isn't the case. Judging by this next Easter egg, it seems that one of the developers of Rage 2 is a huge wrestling fan. At the trade town of Gun Barrel, nearly all of the NPCs in the town are named after wrestlers or wrestling moves. A couple of the more notable ones are Ronda Reigns, a reference to Ronda Rousey and Roman Reigns; Steph Rollins, which is a reference to Seth Rollins and perhaps Stephanie McMahon; Rex Suplex, which is obviously a nod to the wrestling move of the same name; and finally this machine outside of the bar is called Jack. It's a cactus, so it's probably a reference to the wrestler Tesla, Cactus Jack. There's probably loads more in the town, so let me know which ones you've noticed. Something that's sorely missing in games released in the recent years is cheats. I can count the number of games with cheats in them that were released in the last 5 years on one hand, with most companies preferring to add in paid for boosts or perks instead. Well, Rage 2 does have cheats, but they only come with the deluxe edition. Or if you're incredibly lucky. More on that later. A couple of my favourites are the voiceovers which commentate on your gameplay. You can choose between sports commentator Tim Kritzrow.
I think I got your blood in my mouth. That can't be good. This is my boomstick! Fly like an eagle!
Or British actor Danny Dyer to describe the carnage.
Any danger of a lift back to Margath? What a shithole this gaff is. This walker's the dog's bollocks, yeah?
One word of warning though, if you have a full overdrive, Danny Dyer will not let you forget.
You've got overdrive, use it, you mug. 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 You've got overdrive, use it, you mug.
The other cheat I enjoyed was the cheat called Son of Thor. As you might expect, this cheat allows you to call in bolts of lightning to dispatch enemies.
That is.
So I know I said that these cheats only come with the deluxe edition of the game, but there is a chance you can come across a character called Mangu who will sell you cheats. I've played the game for over 18 hours now and I still haven't found him, so I'm not sure where the best place is to track him down. One of the more elaborate Easter eggs involves a billionaire and a secret bunker. If you come to this location on the map, after completing the first Dr. Kvasir mission, you'll be granted access to the bunker. Once you're in the bunker, you'll be spoken to by Elton Tusk, who is a billionaire who has had his brain preserved after death. Do you know who else is a multi-billionaire, has a name similar to Elton Tusk, and has often talked about the process of transhumanism, which is the idea of transferring the human conscious into a computer? That's right, it's Big Bird from Sesame Street. No, of course not, it's real-life billionaire Elon Musk. Now, if I'm honest, this feels like a missed opportunity. It's clear that id were trying to reference Elon with this location, but the dialogue isn't particularly funny, and that's why I haven't shown you any. The secret bunker itself is pretty boring, with only a few datapads scattered around, one of which informs you that Elton Tusk died at 68, and that's about it. It just feels half-baked, which is a shame, as an Easter egg involving Elon Musk could have ended with us being given a flamethrower like the one that Elon Musk's company, the Boring Company, produced in 2018, or even an Easter egg vehicle meant to resemble a Tesla. I don't know, this Easter egg just feels a bit underwhelming if I'm honest. The final Easter egg in this video is by far the best of the lot, and yet I have no idea how it works. If you head to this location on the map, you can find this. So this location is known as the Hour Shrine. Besides the teddy and a fire, you can find a chair upside down balancing on a stick. Now, I'm not quite sure how to activate this, but I shot the teddy and the chair started spinning. Now, this could have been a coincidence, of course. As I said, I'm not entirely sure how to trigger this Easter egg. Anyway, wait by the chair for a minute or so, and the time of day will begin to change pretty quickly. This is a pretty strange Easter egg, and I have no idea how it works, but I think it's pretty cool, and it's an early runner for the best Easter egg of 2019. So that's it. That should be all the Easter eggs, secrets and references in Rage 2. If you think I've missed an Easter egg, then the best place to let me know is on Twitter or Instagram. The links to both will be in the description. As mentioned before, if you're a fan of Easter eggs and secrets in games, then perhaps consider subscribing and checking out a couple of the other videos I have linked in the description. Thank you all very much for watching, and I'll speak to you all soon.